ex-Galco chairman, ushering in the two teams and the officials. Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak, the two most successful clubs in the country. See display of the Ghana flag as well as the flag of the Parliament of Ghana. Hearts of Oak ever present with those flags. Michael, what's the secret to that?
So the players were seen hoisting white handkerchiefs to signal victory for them even before the game starts. It's an interesting one, but they will definitely be brimming with confidence. The last time they visited here, they left with a 1-0 victory, securing the 3 points in the bag. And let's see, they will come here also wanting to spoil Asante Kotoko's party. So it could tell by the confidence they were displaying there and then the display of the white handkerchiefs.
Unity is what has kept this country together, and democratic rule has served Ghana the peace. And as you can see, the fans have already started singing and enjoying themselves, trying to cheer on their teams to victory today. It's still quiet between the various supporters and groups. The Porcupine Tertiary of Asante Kotoko. Hearts of Oak ever with the white handkerchiefs. Never would you see any of these two sides take these games as just a normal game, regardless what it stands for. It's a big one today in Kumasi, and this will be the third Democracy Cup. Hearts of Oak, Benjamin Asari, excellent at the World Cup, leading the Phobians out today. And as you can see, the Hearts of Oak fans charged up already. The right-hand side of the stadium behind the goalpost, ready for action. Musa Hamzata, lanky central defender for Asante Kotoko, will be the captain leading them today, hoping that success will become theirs. The last time he played in a ceremonial game, he managed to score the only goal that won at 4 Asante Kotoko, and the champion of champions before the start of last season.
Definitely, and he was very ecstatic after scoring that goal. He had actually played against Gold Stars at Bibiani. That was the last game of the last 2 seasons in the Ghana Premier League when Bibiani Gold Stars demolished Accra Lions. So in that game, it was his return to the venue where he actually suffered a humiliation, and that moment was very important for him. You could see how he celebrated the goal, and it also was a grand moment to announce himself to the Asante Kotoko faithful that he was here to stay. And so it was a very crucial moment. Let's see, with having the captain's armband, what he gets to do in the team today in the game against Accra as a folk. But it is going to be interesting. 2 goalkeepers who have also been to the World Cup for the Black Stars. Danlad in 2022, Benjamin Asari in 2026. So we have 2 World Cup goalkeepers in the goalpost.
You see the Member of Parliament stepping out together with the Director General of the National Sports Authority. Just moments earlier, you see the fans getting ready. The first Deputy Speaker, Bernard Ahiafo, representing the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Alban Babin. And he'll be going through the pleasantries as the 2 sets of teams will get ready to exchange those pleasantries. And also see Roxanne, the Fiamapo, also in there, hoping to enjoy a very good game. As usual, they'll start with the pleasantries from the home team, Accra Hearts of Oak, led by Kojo Fiano and Benjamin Asari, will do the honors of introducing the players. Accra Hearts of Oak looking more, this is a familiar terrain for them. They used to have lots of glory, but last season it was a very good one for them. They came here to silence Kotoko after so many years of failing to grab a very good result here.
Definitely, I think the 2 teams cancelled each other out. Kotoko went to Accra to win. Haas came here to Kumasi to win, and it was very important for them because they had then embarked on a certain run under Didi Dramani, their former coach, and they wanted to prove it here. It was much more about questions being asked as to whether Hasselhoff can do it on a very grand Sunday afternoon against Asante Kotoko at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. They answered that question beautifully by coming here, even despite playing large number of the game in terms of the minutes. Definitely, they did so well to hold on to their own. They played 10 against 11, and they did a solid job. So it was a beautiful one for Accra Hasselhoff.
It was a beautiful one for Accra Hasselhoff. And the pleasantries have been exchanged, hoping to see a beautiful game here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. And the final greeting, Musa Hamzata trying to cheer up his men, and the technical benches, the dugout, would also have their fair share of the pleasantries. Let's see Kotoko's new showstopper, Abdulwadi, Hamza, Eric Tinkler together with his assistant, enjoying these pleasantries. You can see the two sets of teams, and I'll get close as we wait for Hartlepool's technical team and substitute players to have their fair share. The team manager Henry Corte, the Buta couple, Richard Kenson, former Black Stars goalkeeper. Benjamin Asari will be very much glad, because this is the man who helped him recover his form after a very long injury at Great Olympics.
Definitely, and he has an excellent role model to learn from. If perhaps Benjamin Asari thinks he's already seen it all by virtue of going to the World Cup and representing Ghana, then there is a reference point for him in the Hasselhoff team. Richard Kenson made it to two separate World Cups, 2006, 2010, kept the post for the Black Stars and maintained that standard. So if there is any reference point for Benjamin Asari to know that he can't be complacent, he still needs to keep working harder, he still needs to keep climbing the ladder, then he can see that man there, Richard Kenson. That's a beautiful one for the club.
Very beautiful one for the club, and you always need these elements, these experienced elements who serve as mentors to give you the right direction. And Benjamin Asari is in a very good space, very good direction, very good guidance, with Richard Kenson joining. And he's been blessed. Last season it was Rajab. Of Ghana there, ushering us into pleasantries from the players and the match official to kickstart the day. You can see Hartlepool and Kotoko players going through it, some joy, some smiley faces. John Enchi, you could see when he had his time with Danlad at Dreams FC, some familiar faces and exchanges in there. The last time the two teams met in the Democracy Cup, it was Kumasi Asante Kotoko who managed to win 2-1. That was in 2024, the 17th of July. Kotoko ready for their photos. The Asante Kotoko's technical team and substitute watching on. They've been lucky this time around. I'm sure we're waiting for the ceremonial kickoff before the game begins. As you can see, just wave. Toss of the coin, and Hartford Benjamin Asari wins the toss, and he decides to choose their favorite side to defend. That is the Asuka end, just where the scoreboard is. And that is where Hartford have always opted for. So Kotoko will kick off the game.
It's an interesting one, and that is in the green stands. That is exactly where the Hartford fans mostly sit whenever they come to town. And they'll be cheering their team on. Mostly in games like this, the start is very difficult. You need to calm your nerves. You need to quell any tension in camp. And having your fans just behind you would do enough help for Hartford if they need to calm the early tension that will arise in the game. So with them starting from here, I think it's positive. Kotoko also gets to start just playing behind their fans, and that will also be an important one. Let's see how much of an impact that actually has on the game, and it's going to be an exciting one.
It's going to be an exciting one. You can see the fans quietly waiting for the game to start. That is the back post of where Hartford will be defending from in the opening half. Getting ready for the ceremonial kickoff. And the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Yara here for Wolves with doubles as the MP. Okachi South. Michael knows him very well. He's taking off his lenses, which means he can play without the support. But a minute of silence being observed. Waiting for the ceremonial kickoff. And that is it there. That is the ceremonial kickoff from Bernard Yamfo, setting up the two teams ready to begin the third edition. The third edition of the Democracy Cup. First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Bernard Yamfo. You can see the members of Parliament and Kojofiano is the match commissioner for today, leaving the pitch for the referees and the 22 players to do action. You can see Richard Nati checking the net, and that is the lineup for Asante Kotoko. Two returnees, former captains Richard Boadu, central midfielder, Dala, the goalkeeper in there. Sanja, new player from Vision of Bukwajaman Mama, new attacking pair, and Beta and Kader also in the midfield with Inus Adams, who's being impressive on the right hand side of attack. Joseph Amoa drops into central defense to partner Hamza Town. Interesting lineup.
And there are interesting dynamics around it, as many as 7 new players.
As many as 7 new players. Benjamin Asari had to focus on that. Too many changes. John Enchi is going to lead the lines with Banso, the new player, going to play from the flanks. Kakari and Ponta, Ali Esibe keeping their places in the team.
So only 2 new players in the Hartford setup, and that is an interesting one. It means continuity for them. They will know, understand everything, how they play, the telepathy, the chemistry. For Kotoko, I think from the early exchanges, they will struggle to build that chemistry. They will struggle to develop this kind of relationships you expect from players in games like this. And maybe they'll have a difficult start.
Eric Tinkler, Kumasi Asante Kotoko's head coach. This is his first competitive game in the first match he plays against Hartford.
I don't remember the last time a coach played his first game as a foreign coach against us and won.
Let's see, Charles Boulay is the centerman, Seth Ableto, and Richard Nate is assistant with Julian Nunu and Kumasi Asante Kotoko start play from right to left. 2 giants of Ghanaian football renewing their storied rivalry, and that was an early scare there. Opukwa Jaman winning a corner kick for Asante Kotoko in the opening seconds. That was quite dangerous.
It was a cross-come shot, and Esibe had to clear it, but again, he was at risk of deflecting that ball into his own net, and it was very risky.
Less than half a minute, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko have a corner kick. Charles Bulu would have to restore order inside the penalty area, and the centre-back Joseph Amoa steps up for the corner kick down the right-hand side. of Kotoko's attacking area. The safe Amwa with an in-swinger decides to go near post, but Ali Mohammed heads it out for a second successive corner kick.
That was a poor one. I think Amwa can do better. And for a team like Kotoko to elect him to be the set piece taker, he needs to deliver better than he did.
He needs to deliver better than he has done. Joseph Amwa. The second opportunity for him to redeem himself. He goes in with now swinger and Benjamin Asari parries it away for a third corner kick in less than 2 minutes. Kotoko piling the pressure on Atofuk.
They read the dossier very well, and Eric Tinkloud very excited with the way that his team has started, but they need to capitalize on it. If the early momentum swings in your favor, capitalize on it and make the most of it.
It's gone to the right-hand side, and Sanja will elect himself for this. Goes in with an swinger, and also a very poor one cleared by Ali Mohammed. Had to focus with an opportunity to counter, but John Enchi. His pass has been intercepted. Joseph Amwa feeds it up to Sanja. Sanja rolls it to Amwa. Amwa finds Hamzata back in Kotoko's half. And Hatofo can have a breather. Inusa plays it right through Amwa. Hamzata, an exciting player. Back. The Accra Lions sent in a long one looking for the run of Upokwajaman, but Ali Mohammed will usher that one out for a goal kick.
Kotoko have paused the early possession. We've done just 3 minutes, but I think they've done well. House of Folk haven't settled into their groove yet, so we've seen what Kotoko can do. What can House of Folk also do in possession?
House of Folk giving the ball away. Upokwajaman looking very ready. Sanja sent in a delivery, but he's been blocked by Hussein. Hats headed out. John Enchi. Jose Fomwa brings him down. It's going to be a free kick. Okay, Jose Fomwa, he came in hard on John Enchi. Very experienced forward. Excellent for Dreams FC.
And this is his first Super Clash, and he will definitely want to announce himself in a grand style.
Charles Bulu believes the ball is a little bit defective as the players had won, but he thinks it's very much okay to continue. Ali sent a long ball down the left hand side, beautifully controlled by Kakari, but he had gone out of play. It's going to be a throw-in. This is the fourth meeting in cup matches on a Friday between Hatofok and Asante Kotoko. Kotoko won the first game 1-0 in the Republic Day Cup on the 1st of July 2005. They managed to win the second one, the 2016 President's Cup on the 1st of July after a goalless draw. The Porcupines triumphed via penalties. But Hatofok defeated Kotoko 2-1 on the 4th of March 2022 in the President's Cup. Hamzata over the halfway line. We find Chinusa. Draws in central to pick up. Pokwajima, it's quite surprising. Sanja down the right hand side. Can he keep it in play? That's what to keep it in play. The Rashford Mensah recovers. Patrick Asiedu, very good lead. Manages to win possession for Asante Kotoko, and Ali's header goes out of play. Inusa. Back to Sanja. Chedbrody slides in there. Is one who is very well enjoyed by the fans. His return could spark some positivity.
It's due to how he plays. He always plays wearing his heart on his sleeves. He has a lot of energy, commits into duels, and is always eager to prove a point for his side and also for himself. And he was a fan's favorite during his time, and on his return, definitely the same fans will hail him if he's able to improve and impress.
Richard Boyd, the former captain of Asante Kotoko. The ball all the way back to Ibrahim Danlad, who is also a former captain of the Porcupines. Two experienced players back in the fold. And Tinkler will be very much glad having these players back.
It is the leadership they offer in the dressing room. At training, they set exemplary lifestyles for the others to follow. And it's Kotoko trying to come back from a period where indiscipline unsettled them and affected their season. In the last two campaigns, they've been riddled with a lot of indisciplinary issues. So if they bring in these players, they set the examples for the young ones to also model their careers around them. And I think their inclusion is for footballing reasons and also for the leadership they bring to bear.
Walled out to Sanja. Wolsey to Inusa. Inusa. Size to get the ball back to Buadu. Buadu feast of Hamzata. Hamzata down the left hand side. Finds Esiedu. Back to Hamzata. Joseph Amwal. Amwal left a long one. I'm looking for the runoff of Bukwajaban. But SCB scores full marks. Makes the clearance. Esiedu just looking for the return from Opokwajaman. But that pass has been intercepted. Had to Folk. Amankwa finds SCB. Ali. Long crossfield ball down the left hand side. Good guard Martin Kakari, Sanja showing great strength. Hussein picks up the ball in the shooting position. He goes in with a drive, bounces right in front of Danlad, but picks it up with ease. Good strike from Hussein, testing Ibrahim Danlad.
He's a nimble-footed player, very, very short, doesn't have that stout physique, but he's very crafty in his movement and then his positioning. And he found one there, weaved an opportunity, took a shot, but Danlad was equal to the task. But I think Hearts of Folk have also showed that they have teeth to bite. And let's see.
Hearts of Folk. Radford Menta will throw it back to Ali. Amponsa. Ali gives the ball away inside central midfield. It was Boadu who won possession, but eventually commits a free kick. And an earlier infringement called against Hussein. Hamza steps up to effect this. Boadu already showing the grit we'd want to see from him after 2 years of not being very active. It's quite surprising.
I think he has it in him, and it is always the euphoria, the enthusiasm that will always add up to some of these developments. He's playing against Accra Hearts of Folk. He wants to prove a point. It's the first game he plays here in the Kotoko shirt at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium on his return. He wants to announce himself again that he's back to play, not just to add up to the numbers.
Back to play, not just to add to the numbers. Clever touch from Sanja. Receives some applause from the fans. Leads it for Amwa. Crossfield ball looking for the run of Patrick Esiedu. But ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Hearts of Folk. Quickly effected. Asma. Back to Amankwa. Amankwa finds Asma. Asma with a low pass. John Entry. Very good hold-up play. Joseph Amwa wins possession. Opokwajaman lays the ball down for Abdul Kader. Inusa running into the penalty area. Inusa dribbles past one man. He's been brought down. Revis says nothing doing. Very good offensive work there from Ali Mohammed. And Hearts of Folk will be on their bikes. Kakari over the halfway line. Boadu steps in to prevent that break. Amankwa down the right hand side, gets the ball to Banso, loses possession, and Beta picks up the ball. He's been brought down in the process. It's going to be a free kick against Alex Banso.
I think that there was one way he had to use to stop the Asante Kotoko attack, and that was fouling the player. But I love the movement of Beta.
The movement of Beta, an Ivorian international who's joined Kotoko ahead of the new season. Sanja with a low delivery looking for the run of Mama. Good gather by Menta. Benusa picks it up down the right hand side. Goes in with a delivery, but Ali Muhammad jumps high and he wins the aerial tussle. Radford Mensah heads it out, not too far away. Rafael Amponta, he's lost possession. Ball is picked up by Beta, but Ali will quickly clean up the scrap. A little over 11 minutes down at Santi Kotoko nil, Kotoko nil. 2026 Democracy Cup. Yeah, the Barbara Sports Stadium. Poor pass, John Entry steps in to win possession. The referee whistles, and he's in disagreement with a decision by Charles Bulu.
And the two are debuting in this in this game. It is John Entry's first Super Clash. It's the same for Charles Bulu, and he wants to make sure that he leaves no stone unturned. He wants to cross the T's and dot the I's, gets everything right, and I think he got it here.
Charles Bulu officiating his first ever Super Clash game between Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts. This might probably come with less pressure than in the league.
Of course.
Ball picked up by Kader. Finds Sanja. Sanja goes all the way to Danlad. Finds Amwa. Kader drops in to pick up the pass. And he's been duly fed. Buadu. Finds Amwa. Inside the center circle, Amwa rolls it down the right hand side. Hamzata screens the pitch, leaves it for Kader. Another foreign import for Asante Kotoko. Burkinabe is expected to help pull up strength in that midfield. Better finds Kader, waiting for the return. But Kader, not in a rush, finds Joseph Amwa. Quite surprising to see Amwa being played in central defense.
He had already shown traits of having versatility in him. He can play as a midfielder, can play as...
And a very good delivery there from Sanja. Nupokwajima was late to it, but the experience of Benjamin Asari. It wasn't in any rush. And he picked it up coolly, reading the situation very well. The mark of an experienced shotstopper.
Definitely, and the World Cup will do him a lot of good. He has faced some of the toughest opponents, and he will know how to read situations like this better.
If you've been able to prevent the likes of Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, and Morgan Rogers, Bukayo Saka from scoring against you, you should be able to match the quality of the players you're facing now.
Of course, and I think he's probably the only player in the GPL with the higher value after the World Cup, if you are to assess the value of players in our league, and he's one of our own. Now we need to push him that high to make sure that the GPL will also get a deserving and or a befitting ambassador.
Benjamin Asari. He's formed a very good defensive wall with Ali Muhammad and Osei Sibe just in front of him. And they don't care whether it's Befi at right back or Emmanuel Abankwa at right back or it's Radford Mensah at left back. They deliver. Better has been brought down. It's going to be a free kick. He's one many have been speaking a lot about in the absence of Peter Amidu Akwa, who the Porcupines have lost.
And I think if he's able to score, the last time Kotoko beat Accra in the Democracy Cup, Hamidou Akwa Justice Blaze scored for the Porcupine Warriors. So hopefully he scores and then he gives them a feel of what things used to be like during the time of Peter Hamidou Akwa.
Benjamin Asari scoring full marks there. Joseph Amwa receiving instructions down the technical area. Had to focus that play. Ali Muhammad. He's been one of the fast rising players, from part of Ghana's core when the Black Meteors played against Mexico ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
And he struck gold last season after making that move to Accra as a folk. He's one who has gone through the mill, right from Obuasi. He's gone through the Ash Gold youth team. He's played for several other clubs, and it looks like as a folk is at home together with Kelvin Osesibe, and they formed what looked like an impenetrable central defensive wall last season. And hopefully they carry on from there. They are destined for greatness if they do that.
Alex Banso, clever touch. Decides to get the ball back to Ransford Mensah. Got the very best of control, but Ransford keeps possession. Hussein with a dummy change down the left hand side. Martin Kakari. He has two players to beat. Very good offensive work from Sanja, but eventually concedes a throw-in. That was good play there from Alex Banso, showing glimpses of what he's capable of. Throwing quickly, effective inside the penalty area. Martin Kakari sets in a delivery. Ball drops in, and acrobatic drive there from Banso. Ball on the south side, Casillas' left foot shot. Blocked by Amo and Hamzata. Banto down the right hand side of Patrick Asiedu. Quickly whip it away for a throw-in. Throwing quickly effected, and the Butcher Kappa will applaud the effort from his players. Joseph Amwa with an acrobatic clearance. Hatterfolk turning the flames of Kotoko now.
They've now settled. They've gotten into their groove, and they are starting to move the ball in the various phases very, very well. And then at the width, you are having Alex Banso getting very active from the right side of Haas's attack. At the left side, Kakari is also doing his own. And I think it is bringing that unpredictability around House of Folks game. So far, if they carry on, it will be positive.
Banso with the ball, Casillas right side of penalty area. Goes in with a cutback, but Hamzata clears his lines. One of the very best of delivery. Better. Cleverly outwitting Emmanuel Amanka. Rolls it down to Opokwajiman. Opokwajiman better wants it back. Ajiman comes in central. He finds Kader. Leaves it for Boadu. Boadu finds Opokwajiman. Ajiman stays on the ball. Rolls it down the right hand side. Sanja. Inusa trying to draw in central. Adding some energy into Kotoko's attack. But he's been forced to get the ball back to Asiedu. Asiedu. Down the left hand side. Better. Rolls it back to Asiedu. Asiedu has been forced to go to Captain Hamzata. Down his immediate right is Sanja. Ball down the right hand side. Sanja picks it up. Goes in with a check-in. A delivery side. A penalty area. And that's Emmanuel Mama! But the flag is up. The flag is up for an offside. And the goal won't count. But that was an excellent piece of play from Kotoko.
It was a well-worked ball, but Mama could not time his run very well. The cross came in perhaps a bit late, but he was able to pick an angle. And this would have been a beautiful goal if he had been able to check his run. Kasiasma
with another opportunity to roll a delivery inside. He's been blocked in there, but he manages to find a loose end. But Joseph Amwa blocks that delivery. Quickly finds Opokwajiman. He's been brought down in the process. Charles Bulu whistles for a free kick against Rafael Amponsa. Quickly affected by Boadu. Inusa on the run. Can he beat Ransford Mensah? Inusa down his right hand side. Can he check in and make that pass? He's been brought out. It's going to be a free kick against Ransford Mensah.
And the intensity of the game is building up. The Kotoko players are also having the adrenaline's being pumped up. And it's brilliant because moments ago we just saw Hasselhoff creating chances. And all of a sudden the script has been flipped and Hasselhoff are now having to defend against Kotoko's attack. This is exciting.
End-to-end action here at the Kumasi Barbara Sports Stadium. Despite a statement of civic responsibility and national pride, this is a game of football you can never keep your eye off. That's why you're getting covered by Parliament TV for the 2026 Democracy Cup. Free kick for Asante Kotoko. It could be a good shooting position for Joseph Amwa or Sanja Kosenin, a very good outswinger. Amwa himself could equally send in an in-swinger, but we'll wait. There's going to be a yellow card to Ransford Mensah. The referee Charles Bulu, he delayed, but eventually the yellow card is out.
That is excellent refereeing. Had to sort out the commotion that was starting to build up, and then he came to address the need for beautiful refereeing.
Very much experience on the continent, Charles Bulu. Free kick for Kotoko. Joseph Amwa having a chit chat with Sanja. Still waiting on what to do. Benjamin Asari keeping a close eye on the delivery that will come from Kotoko. Amwa. The pushing and shoving is still going on inside the penalty area between Emmanuel Mama and John Enchi. Referee says nothing doing. Sanja with the delivery and had to forward clear the lines. SCB. Better help Sanja to win back possession for Kotoko. Sanja decides to check in. Finds Asiedu with a long drive. But he misses the post by inches. Benjamin Asari saw it coming. He didn't flinch. He knew it was off target.
That was Patrick Asiedu channeling his inner Roberto Carlos. He has it in him, has an excellent drive. But this time around, unfortunately, he struck it without precision.
The strike was without precision. Richard Buadu wins back possession. Clever dummy from Buadu, running into a very good position. He's been pushed down. It's got to be a free kick and a yellow card for Kwesi Asma for the push on Buadu. Two Hartlepool players on yellow cards. They need to be careful. The last time they played against Kotoko, Emmanuel Amankwa was shown his matching orders.
Exactly, and in the last 18 fixtures between these two teams since 2019, no red card for Kotoko, 2 red cards for Accra Folk, and these are not positive signals if you are to read any meanings into that trend of red cards being attracted by the club.
Confirmation of the yellow card to Kwesi Asma, 25, jersey for Hartlepool. Very robust midfielder. It's a very good shooting position. Joseph Amo and Sanja behind it. Bulu leaves it. Benjamin Asari still telling his wall to shape up. Amo with a delivery inside the penalty area by Sibe jump side and he clears that delivery. Richard Buadu trying to get in with a shimmy, but he drives the ball across and to no man's land is going to be a goal kick. That was poor from him.
He anticipated kicking the ball off the Asofok player, but the As player was smarter and he moved out of that direction.
Benjamin Asari calming his players down, telling them to keep cool. Goal kick quickly effected. Asari goes in with a long drive looking for John Entry. Hamzata trying to keep him off balance. Asma. Amankwa rolls it down to Bansu. Clever touch from Bansu and he's been brought out by Patrick Essien. Is going to be a free kick against Kotoko. Hearts of Folk will run to Charles Bulu. They won a yellow card. Nesibe tells his players, just keep away from the complaints.
That's an interesting one because FIFA says that the captain needs to approach the referee. Who is also Folks' captain?
Benjamin Asari. Kwesi Asma with a quick delivery there. It's going to be a free kick against Hartlepool. Kwesi Asma with an elbow there. He needs to be careful. He's already on a yellow card.
If I was Kwesi Asma, I would be playing a very cautious game now, and I also not want to be remonstrating towards refereeing decisions in this manner. He needs to keep his emotions in check, just focus on the game, especially when he's walking a tightrope by being yellow carded.
And he should keep his emotions in check. Joseph Amo building up. Gets the ball to Hamzata. Allows the ball to roll past him. Dan Lad. Clever pass. Finds Hamzata. A touch. Buadu to Sanja. Back to Buadu. Sanja trying to pick up Buadu. But it was a very good tackle there from Ampontai. He's brought down. Sanja. Sanja was brought in from Vision FC by Asante Kotoko ahead of the new season, and he's already started being the fans' favorite.
Definitely, if he keeps on like this, he creates stiff competition for Lord Amwa when he returns to full fitness.
And that is the substantive captain for Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, who is out injured. One of the enterprising right backs. Kotoko having been lucky, like Emmanuel Kote, who is also not being fully utilized because of his injury situations. There's also another right back who's also absent due to injuries.
Exactly, and That is a sad story. It is actually one development that plagued Asante Kotoko last season. Too many players getting injured at the same time, and it kind of gave them a handicap in certain positions in their team. And they grew out of it. They overcame the challenge, but maybe they will learn from it and improve going forward.
Emmanuel Mama with a great shooting opportunity. Feeds the ball to Opoku Ajiman. Ajiman finds Inusa right on the edge of the penalty area. Hatterford wanted on offside. Referee says nothing doing. Game continues. Kader helps to win possession. Ball down the right hand side to Sanja. Sanja rolls it quickly to Inusa. Inusa down the right hand side of attack. Feet of Sanja again. And Sanja will recycle play to Hamzata. Captain of Kotoko today, Hamzata, goes all the way back to Danlad with his experience telling them to keep calm and open up. Quick pass in central. Brilliant touch from Opoku Ajiman. Esiedu on his bike down the left hand side. Better face ball for Esiedu. That touch was poor. Emmanuel Amankwa wins possession for Hatterford. Ball still on the line. And Bully eventually whistles for a free kick. It's going to be a throw-in for Hatterford. Emmanuel Amankwa is still some yards away. It's going to be free kick for Hatterford down the right-hand side of their defensive area. SCB John Entry wants it high up. Long delivery from SCB inside the central midfield. Kader wins possession. Inusa down his right hand side. Sanja Moradin down the right hand side, waiting to pick out the pass. He offers him an outlet. Sanja with a delivery, not a very good one, blocked by Hussein. Hamzata goes all the way back to Danladi. You can see down our screen, Tinkler remonstrating. He wants better deliveries.
Yep, he wants it, but again, I think he will also be disappointed that in the further areas of the pitch, it is not fully developed to the extent that it doesn't allow Kotoko to settle and play their usual passing game. And I think that will be one of his frustrations, because if you look at Kotoko, clearly the pattern is there. They want to play something, but they are not being helped as well by the pitch.
That's a header from Patrick Esiedu. Kotoko conceding a free kick. That is as he leapt on his marker. Free kick quickly taken. That's Eric Tinkler there trying to issue out instructions, not happy with the shape. And he wants Sanja to be getting closer. Hussein down the left hand side. Waiting for Ransford Menta. Picks up the pass. Ransford. A delivery inside the penalty area. Ball not fully cleared. Has a first goal. Ball comes off the hand. And Danlad comes out to save it. But it's a handball. Banso. And you can see the frustration from Banso. Dangerous play there. Hatterford nearly grabbing the opener.
That was a scary handbag situation. It was a goal mouth melee. Hasselfolk felt they had won it. Kotoko felt they would defend it better. And it was an interesting one. You wouldn't want to be in such a situation as a player, especially if you're a defender. The slightest, and you are close to conceding an own goal. But I think Kotoko were able to deal with it. But again, it's a sign of Hasselfolk and how dangerous they can be.
Inusa Adams down the right-hand side trying to outwit his marker. But his touch lets him down. Ball is picked up by Hussein. Inusa fights back to win possession. It's going to be a throw-in. The Bota Capo happy with that. The section of supporters waiting for the opener. Throw-in for Hatterford. The Bota Capo. He very well knows this terrain much more than Eric Tinkler.
Definitely, he's had stints at Tema Youth and Mediema Sporting Club, famed for development of talent and playing a certain brand of football that excites fans. Hopefully he's able to implement that at Accra. So for Tinkler, there are a lot of unknowns about what he has to offer, but on the evidence of what we've seen in the first 30 minutes of this game, I think Kotoko fans can start to look optimistic.
Opoku Ajiman with a quick ball down the right-hand side. Half an hour played. Kotoko nil, Hatterford nil. And had to concede another corner kick. Opoko Ajaman, formerly of Ashanti Gold. Let's see what is now Ashanti Gold, who are in extinction. Now we have another Ashanti Gold that will be playing in the league. Ashanti Gold 04 SC. A delivery from Joseph Awa. This time around a better one, but Benjamin Asari. Good leap. That is giving the ball away cheaply.
They rushed it. A little bit of calm, steady the situation would have helped, but he tried, it failed. He should keep trying, but next time he should exercise a bit of patience.
Better down the left-hand side. Better. He wants support. He's gone back into midfield. Amwa. Hamzata. Rolls it through to Opoko Ajaman, but his pass to Buadu has been intercepted. Hussein. Clever touch from him. Leaves Buadu in Wonderland. Finds Asma over the halfway line. Down the right-hand side. Bansu. Checks in onto his left. In central. Crossfield delivery down the left-hand side. Martin Kakari. Clever touch. Sanja. He's been outwitted. Kakari. Very good touch. He finds Hussein. Hussein. But he falls down in the process. And Hamzata, the win possession and send it out. A long ball in there trying to find Opoko Ajaman, but Ali steps in and makes the clearance. It's going to be a throw-in for Asante Kotoko.
If Ali Mohammed was an immigration officer, there would be no illegal immigrant who will enter any border. He's certainly on point, mostly to deflect the balls out of touch and then avert any danger for Accra. Solid defending.
Solid defending there from Ali. Ball inside the central midfield. Joseph Amwa. Hamzata rolls it down to Asiedu. Keeps it in play with a header. Emmanuel Mama holds up play. Looking for support, but his pass has been intercepted by Pansu. Not too far away. And Better has been brought out. It's going to be a free kick again. Kwesi Asma.
And I am intrigued about the roles of the two Asante Kotoko forwards. They are all ball-playing forwards, have the same physique, and the ability to drop deep and be part of the build-up is kind of confusing the House of Folk midfield. At points in time, they don't know who to follow, because at this instance, it is Opoko Ajaman the next, then it is Emmanuel Mama. I think their movement is starting to create confusion in the House defense and their middle, and Kotoko can hopefully improve in terms of the positions they find in the box and make it head across the Folk in this moment.
Free kick for Asante Kotoko. Charles Bulu, Patel, Hussein and Kakari to keep their position. Joseph Amwa behind the ball. Clearly looks like it's going to be an outswinger from the centre back. A delivery inside penalty area, not too far away. Opoko Ajaman, ball drops in Mama. That is a handball against Emmanuel Mama. Good defensive work there from Raphael Lamponsa.
Held on to his own very firm, making sure that Mama was not getting the advantage over him. I think he did well.
Free kick for Heart of Folk. Benjamin Asari goes in with a long one down the right hand side. Amankwa Bantu getting one pass Asiedu, picks up the return for Asma, trying to get Asma on there. Joseph Amwa recovers and feeds off Kader. Ball with Asiedu, and he's been brought down by Emmanuel Amankwa. It's rather better. He's causing all sorts of problems.
He's literally won the most fouls so far in the game. He's been attracting them. He's winning these free kicks for Asante Kotoko. What it does is that it helps the team to reset and then possess the ball again. I think it's a tactical strategy being employed by Eric, and Better is executing it well so